Hello, everybody. This is your main man, Keith, here from Keith Plays Biz 4927. Happy Wednesday evening to all my viewers on this amazing channel. Today, the Green Bay Packers will be traveling up north to the Evergreen Forest in the state of Minnesota, in the city of Minneapolis, where the Twins and the Timberwolves play. And the Vikings play in US Bank Stadium, which opened up in 2016, host of Super Bowl 52. Philadelphia Eagles won that big time 41-33 against the New England Patriots. And it's a really unique stadium. They have like a Viking ship. It's like really long. It's about the size of the 103-foot pirate ship in Tampa in Raymond James Stadium where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play. When they come out of the tunnel, there's also like a small replica of a ship that represents the tunnel. And I think that's pretty cool. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this. And we'll see you guys at kickoff time. It is prime time here in Minneapolis as the Vikings will host against the Green Bay Packers. That's a really cool Viking ship that I was talking about just earlier. There's a Minneapolis skyline, which looks really cool. I like this stadium. We are here in the 612 in Minneapolis, where the Vikings are ready to return the kickoff as the Packers kick it off. And Dalvin Cook will be ready to return the kickoff. And he breaks a couple of tackles, and he gets stopped at the 31. First down and 10 now from the 31 as we see Kirk Cousins, the former Washington Redskins quarterback, steps onto the field for the first time today. They were both rookies. Him and Robert Griffin III were both rookies on the Redskins in 2012. And I recall this. As a matter of fact, they were good players on that team. Made the playoffs, lost first round to the Seattle Seahawks, and Kirk Cousins gets a rushing 23 yards in, so that is a first down and 10. So, we're at the 44 here. Cousins is back to pass. I'm going to pass it off to Justin Jefferson, the rookie from LSU, and he dives on into the end zone. 44-yard touchdown in the first touchdown of the game for the Minnesota Vikings, as it's now going to be 7-0 here in US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. All right, now Aaron Rodgers, the University of California product, and the Super Bowl 45 MVP back from the 2010 season, is ready to make his first steps on the field for the first time today. Aaron Jones gets his first carry of the game. He only gets it down for about 4 yards, so it's second down and 6 now. We're going to blitz here on defense as we're down at the 29. And he will get stopped at the 34 there. Third down and 1. So we really, if we want to get that fourth down, and they get a first down with Davante Adams, first down and 10 now for Green Bay. All right, it is now 7-0 here in Minneapolis as it's first down and 10 for the Vikings. Kirk Cousins hands the ball off to Dalvin Cook, and he's going to break a couple of tackles. He'll get stopped at the 21 there, as it will be second and inches now from the 21. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's going to get stopped at the 9. First and goal now from the 9-yard line. So he's going to hand off the ball. And he gets it into the end zone for, I think, his first rushing touchdown of the game. The other one was made from Kirk Cousins, passing it to Justin Jefferson, the rookie from LSU. And he just runs it in. Touchdown, Vikings, as it's now going to be 14-0 here in Minneapolis. All right, now at a 2nd and long now, we're going to use a blitz play. 2nd and 10 now from the 9-yard line. We got less than a minute to go. Aaron Rodgers gets pinned 1 for 2 there, 5 yards. So it's 3rd down and 10 here in Minneapolis. And he makes the first down, surprisingly. And he will get down to the 42, as this will be a 1st and 10. All right, now we're ready to return the kickoff here with some Justin Jefferson in the backfield. 4th and 10, and the quarter's over, I'm thinking, and it is. So it's a touchback down at the 20. Vikings are leading 14-0 here at home in Minneapolis at US Bank Stadium in the Evergreen state of Minnesota. So now I'm going to hand the ball off to some Dalvin Cook, 5 rushes, 35 yards. That's 7 yards per carry, and Green Bay allowed 44 rushing yards. So I'm supposedly thinking about Dalvin Cook could get at least a 100-yard day in this episode, hopefully. So I'm going to hand the ball off. Oh, he does in fact get the first down, and he's down at the 35 there. 7 rushes, 47 yards. This is a 1st and 10. So now I'm thinking that I might just throw the pass. Incomplete there. 1 for 2 on the day. And we're down at the 35 there. So now Kirk Cousins. Incomplete again. 1 for 3 there. 3rd down and 10 now from the 35. And he passes it off to Justin Jefferson, and he slides on into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings, as it's a 65-yarder from Justin Jefferson, and it will now be 21-0 here in Minneapolis. All right, we're inside the 5 there. They're down at the 1. So it's 1st and 10. They're way back now. So I'm going to hand the ball off. And they're going to hand the ball off, and it's a 2-point safety. Anthony Harris made the stop there on Jamal Williams, as Minnesota gains 2 points on defense. So they just run it out. He gets stopped into the team's own end zone. 2-point safety, and you know what happens next? Free kick at the 20 or punt. They do a free kick at the 20, and then they do like a simple punt return regardless. So I'm still going to use Dalvin Cook regardless, because he's one of my favorite running backs in this league. I also do like Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, James Conner. What other running backs do I like in this league? Trying to think. Oh yeah, I do like Melvin Gordon with Denver, and there is a 2-minute warning here in US Bank Stadium. We're now taking the 23-0 lead here in Minneapolis. This is our 17th episode in this series currently. And this season 2. So Season 2 was just based on rivalries, and it's a 58-yard touchdown to Justin Jefferson. So what I'm going to consider doing Season 3, I'm not going to do the rivalries anymore, and I'm just going to do it like I have been doing it for Season 1, just random matchups. I am still going to do Cowboys Steelers twice a season. Just keep that in mind. And it's 30-0 now on the scoreboard. Apparently during the break there, the Vikings got a fumble recovery after the Packers lost the ball. So now we're going to be, I think, in red zone. Yes, so we're in the red zone and we're ready to run here just to get it into the end zone. And by the way, this is Green Bay's first turnover of the game. I think the last time Green Bay played, when was that? Was it either against when they traveled to Chicago and lost to the Bears? Or was it when they last played against the Detroit Lions? It must have been against the Bears then. Because I think the Lions-Packers game was earlier, published around last week. So, wow, this Vikings offense has been dominating. Like, look how many points they're scoring there. It's 3rd and goal now from the 2. I don't know if hopefully we can get this into the end zone. And we do, in fact, but we're going to just do a dance here. Dalvin Cook gets a rushing touchdown on the day. And I'm thinking, why not go for 2? Just kidding. I'm just going to do a PAT regardless. And Minnesota is leading 37-0 here in Minneapolis. And we're going to see you guys at the second half. All right, now we're ready to return. Now we're ready to kick off the second half. We already returned the first half. Green Bay is wanting to get an opportunity to score some points here as they're trailing by 37 here as the Vikings dominated the first half with 3 Justin Jefferson touchdowns from Kirk Cousins, 2 rushing touchdowns by Dalvin Cook, and a 2-point safety scored by the defense. So now we're going to use some man coverage here, as it will now be 1st and 10, as he will get stopped at the 29. Jamal Williams, 3 rushes and 2 yards total in this game. 2nd down and 11. Oh, and Anthony Harris recovers a fumble. But the real question is, can he get it into the end zone? Answer is a big yes, sirree. Gets it into the end zone in time. Touchdown, Vikings. As it's now 40. We're going to do a 2-point. Well, we'll just do a field goal. And it's now going to be 44-0. And this will be the second turnover of the game for the Green Bay Packers. So we're going to take a break here, and we will see you guys when we're back on offense. You guys just missed this, so we are going to replay it again. That is an INT from Aaron Rodgers, as we saw Harrison Smith dive for the ball as he just intercepted and got stopped at the 23 there. 12 carries, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this game for Dalvin Cook. Guarantee you he will be possibly the player of the game here, as he will hand the ball off to Dalvin Cook, as he will get a 1st down, in fact. And he gets it down at the 49 there. 13 rushes, 95 yards. 1st down, by the way, which is really impressive. And he will get stopped at the 17. Alright, now this is 1st down and 10 from the 17. We're in the red zone after that turnover, that interception we got from Harrison Smith there. As it's 2nd down and 10. Cousins ready to pass, scrambling across the field, and will he get it into the end zone to a receiver? Yes, he will. This time it is to Adam Thielen, and it's his 1st reception and the 1st receiving touchdown of the game, as it will now be 51 or 52 if we try to do a 2-point conversion. That's what our main objective. You know what? We're just going to do a 2-point conversion here just to get advantage of the lead. We'll be in the lead a lot quicker, and Dalvin Cook scores it in for 2 points, and that will be good. As the Vikings are dominating this game pretty good, I'd have to say. It's because of the speed of Dalvin Cook. He has at least 130 some yards in this game right now, and mainly it's the offensive unit that's doing pretty well for this Vikings team. And we'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, now this is the fourth and final quarter of the football game here in Minneapolis. So they scored 14 points in the first quarter, Minnesota, 23 in the second. So 23 plus 14 is 37, plus 15 points because we got the 2-point safety. No, second quarter. And I'm thinking we got the 2-point conversion in the third quarter and a touchdown. So just keep that in mind. So we are in the red zone here. So now Aaron Rodgers is looking somewhere to pass. Does he make it? Does he pass it to Devontae Adams and completes it? Yes. Does he get it into the end zone? No, he does not. And does he get it into the end zone for the first points of the Green Bay touchdown? It's the first receiving touchdown of the game for the Packers here. And it's now going to be 52-7 here in Minneapolis in the 6-1-2. All right, now it's 52-7. We're winning by 45 points here in Minneapolis. The home team is dominating. They wanted at least a win for this season after they lost 45-10 in the first episode of season 2, which in fact was the episode where they began the season and played against the Chicago Bears. 15 rushes, 125 yards for Dalvin Cook on the day. Second down and 15. So who do you think could be my receiver in this quarter? So now I'm going to pass it off to Irv Smith Jr. and he will get stopped. Oh, and there's a 2-minute warning on the field here. As I'm thinking, who should I pass it to or where should I pass it to? It's a really debated question. So now I'm going to pass it off to Adam Thielen. Incomplete there, intended for him. So we're down at the 44 here. So we're going to use the I formation here. PA scissors. I'm going to pass it off to Adam Thielen. And he does a juke move there, but gets stopped at the 38. 6 for 10, 224 yards on the day for Kirk Cousins. And we got a minute to go before this football game ends. So Dalvin Cook, does he get the first down? Indeed. Yes, he does. 16 rushes, 135 yards. So now I'm going to think about passing this pass to Tajay Sharp. 7 for 11, 235 yards. First and 10 now from the 17. I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to pass it to Thielen. Not complete. Incomplete pass there. Second down and 10 now. Oh, and Kirk Cousins gets sacked by Christian Kirksey, the former Cleveland Browns linebacker, as it will now be third down and 10. You know, I'm still going to keep Tajay Sharp there. I'm just going to sub out for Justin Jefferson, our main receiver, during this whole game. Since he is a rookie, and I think he won the national championship with LSU, along with Joe Burrow, who is now with the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think this concludes the game as we got 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The game is over, folks. The Minnesota Vikings win it at home in Minneapolis at US Bank Stadium by the final score of 52-7 here. That was a really good, well-performed game by this Vikings offense, mainly due to the fact that Kirk Cousins had a strong arm to throw today and pass it to the rookie Justin Jefferson, and then he scored majority of the offensive touchdowns alongside with Dalvin Cook, who ran it in. See, we didn't score any, Green Bay did. So I was right. It was 14, 23, and then 15. So we got 52 points there. So we're going to see you guys at statistics, but I do want to say to all my viewers, thank you guys for watching this awesome video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for more content in the near later future, and see you guys next time. And we will show you statistics in just a brief moment. All right, now as you guys saw, the Minnesota Vikings creamed the Green Bay Packers 52-7. Total offense for Minnesota 405, while Green Bay had 154. Minnesota had 158 rushing yards, while Green Bay had 74. Minnesota had 247 passing yards, 10 first downs, nobody punted whatsoever. 489 total yards, 295, 3 turnovers for Green Bay on the day. One of them was their turnover for a touchdown. Both teams got a 100% on their third down conversions, but 2-point conversions we did good on. We got it in on time. 3 red zone touchdowns, while Green Bay had 1. No penalties occurred in this whole entire game, which is good to hear. Kirk Cousins had a passer rating of 145 with 8 out of 13 passes, 61 yards. I mean, he could bump it up to at least at 81%, but oh well, at least he did a well performance today with 4 passing touchdowns in this game. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, got a 68.7 passer rating, 5 out of 11, 96 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 INT on the day. Dalvin Cook did a tremendous job. 16 carries, 135 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. And look at this, 13 broken tackles. Jamal Williams has 6 attempts, 35 yards, and no touchdowns. He was the only one who ran it in for TDs. Justin Jefferson had the most receptions out of any team. 4 receptions, 179 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Davante Adams had 2 receptions, 25 yards, and no touchdowns. Adam Thielen, the Minnesota State product. He's from the state of Minnesota, believe it or not. Grew up there, born and raised. He has 2 receptions, 35 yards, and a TD. Devin Funchess has 2 receptions, 54 yards, and a TD. Irv Smith Jr. had 1 reception, 22 yards, and no touchdowns on the day. So did Tajay Sharp. He had a reception and 11 yards. Let's see defensively. How many sacks did they take? Danielle Hunter had 2 sacks. The only defensive player for Minnesota to get sacks in the game, which really is impressive there. Christian Kirksey only had 1 sack all this game. Harrison Smith had an interception there. Fumble recoveries, Ifradi Odengibo and Anthony Harris, respectively, all got. So I'm going to consider Anthony Harris the defensive player of the game. He had 1 safety and 1 touchdown. Offensively, I'm going to say Dalvin Cook because of his running game with 16 carries, 135 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So I think that wraps it up here. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out. I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great night, everybody.